do this another day when you have your PC, or yeah, your PC.
I'm getting back to my
Doesn't matter.
gaming PC next Sunday or so. So
Okay. Well, let's give it another try. It's no problem.
would be a shame if this week had to be without any streams.
Oh, we're back on.
Yeah, and now Frozen Synapse froze again. Isn't that awesome?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Well, at least the stream is working, it seems. Ah, there it unfroze. Right, which turn were we on?
We're on number 5.
Ah, 5 already?
Or number 4, rather.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Worm does a strange low advance with his one of his MGs.
Yeah.
His
I think he has no plan here. And Propass is in like a pretty, you know, fail-safe sort of position. I mean, it's pretty unbreakable. So, I mean, at this point, it's going to be hard for Worm to do anything. It's going to be pretty much impossible. I would have said he needed to try something earlier. Catch Propass before the position stabilized and it was understood. But
yeah.
Anyway, let's just see the rest. Turn 5.
Well, he does actually get the kill with his MG there, but I don't think that quite counts as being within the area.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is just your normal, you know, trading kill.
Yeah, but I don't think he can win the match now, really.
Yeah, because it like even if he was in the area, the 2 and the 3 just move in and kill him.
Yeah. So let's see.
Turn 6.
Yeah. He dies. And Propass wins.
Yeah. A nice try at the end there, but obviously not good enough. I'd say that Propass, you could definitely tell that Propass was the better player there. Outclassed Worm a little bit there, but
yeah, I think Worm was probably tired or something at this point, really. I mean, he got to the semis after all, but he made lots of mistakes in these 3 matches.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on to the next match, which is Diamir versus Racuna.
Right, give me a moment. Bit more freezing, of course, so that's always lovely.
Okay.
Wait, 2, 3, 6, 6, 9, 1. Does that sound right? Yeah, Racuna versus Diamir in Disputed.
Yeah, another nice big map. 5 units apiece. These are as I've said before, these are my absolute favorite types of games to play. Get really complicated and fun. I love the big maps. There's just a lot of play there. So, and once again, we see that one side has a rocket launcher. Racuna unfortunately has 2 snipers, which in this position I feel like, especially having 2, maybe having 1 is good, but having 2 is a little bit too much, and so I would definitely say that Diamir has the advantage coming out of, or at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, and there's also the factor that most of Racuna's units are stuck up in this little room, so they have slightly higher travel time. Of course, the same applies
Yeah.
to Daimer's shotgunner, but the rest of his units are much freer to move than most of Rakuna's units.
That said, though, you
Or
know, it needs.
there's an opening here, so it's not as big of a deal really as I thought
Yeah.
it was. That was obscured by the unit tags.
Yeah. That said, though, I mean, these big maps with all these units, I mean, there's so much play that these kind of theoretical advantages and disadvantages can often end up being sort of irrelevant once the game actually gets going. So
Yeah, I think one thing that's more relevant is the huge amount of cover on Daimer's side of things. There's very little cover for Rakuna, while Daimer has plenty to choose from.
Yeah, that's very true. And having the rocket here can be quite useful, especially with that cover. But then again, you know, the snipers are going to be able to outrange the machine guns that could potentially be behind that cover. So, you know, it's just interesting. There is a lot of play there.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So, turn 1. Daimer fires off a rocket, not really hitting anything useful. I mean, he might have somehow scored a kill with that, but it's not going to be useful in the next turn, so it doesn't really open up any useful area.
Yeah. I really, but yeah, it makes sense though. It's fine for the start of the game. I really like the position of Diamir's units here. I'm a little uncertain as to Rakuna's, but then again, it's sort of hard. It was because of his initial position. It's sort of hard to see what his plan is, just resulting from one turn. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. The number 3 MG moving down could be an interesting sort of wild card.
Yeah, but I think Daimer has spotted it already.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if the corner is in the way here.
Yeah. But that's always something that needs to be accounted for. So we'll see what ends up happening.
Yeah. Rakuna decides to go the other way instead with his MG. Bit risky considering the rocket launcher, but the rocket launcher doesn't actually fire at all this turn.
Yeah, that's interesting. Not entirely certain why that's the case. Although, looking at the end of this turn, I really, really, really like Diamir's position.
Yeah, he's got a pretty great position here.
Yeah, the number 3 MG and the number 5 shotgun are just placed absolutely perfectly. I think the next turn could potentially be a big massacre, as I anticipate the shotgun moving up to the window and taking out the number 1 MG, and the number 2 MG getting caught out in some fashion. I don't know if it could be that it's already scouted the number 3 MG at the window and it won't do anything. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm not sure if it's actually seen anything. Yeah, it stopped right there, so it's probably seen the MG there. Well, let's see turn 3 then. Yeah, he runs away and takes out the shotgun, as Daimer is a bit too risky with that.
Oh, yeah.
In return, however, Daimer does kill off an MG with his rocket launcher. But the move with his shotgunner there was really risky, really.
Yeah, really nice move from Rakuna, just moving over to the right a little bit and getting in position to take out that shotgunner. Of course, Diamir was quite risky with that, just barging right in, but he had to expect that. Or, I mean, it's difficult to see a move like the one that Rakuna played, so Still, I would say that Diamir is in a very good position, as his central presence is fairly dominant.
Yeah, I agree on that point, definitely. Especially since he took out that MG there.
Yeah.
So let's see turn 4 then. Yeah, Diamir takes out an MG due to careless behavior by Raccoona. I'm not sure why I didn't have that area on ignore.
Yeah, that would be a nice place to put as you said, an ignore zone command. And now you can see with the boxes spawned that this is going to be a very easy win for Diamir. So I would say we just play the next couple of turns and wrap up the game.
Yeah, he grabs 3 of the boxes with 1 MG. Bit risky, of course, but I don't think he has much to fear right here. I think he might be taking out this sniper here, or it might duck behind cover in time, but either way it's not going to be doing anything useful next turn. And yeah, I'd say it's pretty much a 1 game by Diamir now.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been 1 for...
Yeah, he's got 4 of the boxes and the last box is on his way out, so the best Raccoona could possibly do here, I think, is a draw, but even that is extremely unlikely here. Hey, I said something, Diamir, so screw you.
Alright.
And
so
yeah.
the next one we have secure?
Yeah, I'm just watching the very last turn here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Diamir kills of all the remaining units of Raccoona here. So, very nicely played by Diamir here. Next one is secure. I'm just loading it now. Right, 2 MGs, a shotgunner and a sniper. So pretty interesting in comparison that versus 2 MGs, a grenade launcher and yet another sniper. Ah, she turned 1. That's nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. She's just started walking. She's absolutely adorable. Had to be there for that. So sorry guys, I missed doing this yesterday, and sorry Diamir that, you know, whatever, but sometimes these things happen. I'll be here on every Saturday, that I don't forget something important like that.
Yeah.
So
with these technical problems, it might be a good idea to suspend streams until I'm back on my regular computer, which will be next Sunday. Most likely, we could move the next Saturday stream to Sunday instead.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine for me. We can do this on Sunday.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't really have much content for the weekday streams anyway, so no big loss there really.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, looking at this secure game, I really like Raccoona's bid here, and the initial placement of his units seems very, very strong. Of course, Diamir does have that, just that nice asset of the grenade launcher, but though he can't really fire into the bid area from the spawn area, so that at least is good for Raccoona in his initial defense. And I'd say let's play through turn 1, see how it goes.
Yeah, not much happens really in turn 1. Diamir places a grenade, but it doesn't really do much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, you know, it's always with these first turns in secure, it's generally just seeing what the opponent is doing. So let's have a look at turn 2.
Yep. Raccoon fans out nicely and gets his sniper killed.
Yeah, I had a strong feeling that that Diamir was gonna try that, and I really think that that Raccoona should have known that was gonna happen and ignored the MG. Put the sniper on focus, figure out the timings, and move over to the left. Get himself a free sniper kill on Diamir. Sorry, Diamir. He says the sniper was focusing yours, then how did he lose? It doesn't make sense.
Actually,
I mean, you should have every advantage there, though, because of stillness.
Yeah, Raccoona really should have won there, but I'm guessing due to Diamir's ducking, the difference was less than 32 milliseconds, which is the basically turn time in Frozen Synapse. Any time less than 32 milliseconds doesn't actually exist. So if two times are that close to each other, I guess it all comes down to the equal advantage, whatever you call it.
This is really strange to me. You're right. He did see it, and he did have the ignore order on. I have no idea why he loses here in that case.
Well, I think the kill time difference is just so small that it's less than a game tick, which is, as I said, 32 milliseconds. So it basically doesn't exist really, as it's so small.
Yeah, it's still quite. I don't know. Seems strange.
Yeah,
to me.
it's strange. There should probably be some code specifically for this type of situation. So I guess we'll just have to alert Amroth to it.
Well, you know. Yeah. I really don't understand this one. I guess we just have to move on.
Yeah.
This is something that I've never seen.
And Diamir gets Diamir gets a grenade kill on the MGO to the left here, so that's nicely done. He's actually shooting off the map here now, so I'm guessing neither player was running the patch, as that supposedly makes that impossible.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does actually.
That seems odd. It seems like you should be able to throw the grenade off the map.
No, it really doesn't really make any sense, as why would a grenade be able to go off the map when, for example, a unit can't? I mean, the logical thing basically would be for the edges of the map to be something like the outer walls of the building or similar. Yeah, but of course that doesn't make sense either with the rockets. So
yeah, that doesn't make sense either.
Yeah, but
so
really,
how does it work now? It's not like the grenade bounces at the edge of the
map.
No,
it doesn't bounce. You just can't throw it off the map. You have to throw it within the map. If you throw it off the map, it disappears or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was apparently this match was apparently before that was implemented server side, as I'm pretty sure it's implemented server side now. So if you're running an old client and you try to shoot off map, you'll just see the grenade disappear or something the next turn. I think. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, everyone will have the patch on Monday, so it won't really matter. But
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, nice play from Diamir all around. Getting the grenade launcher kill.
And then killed the next turn.
Yeah, he obviously has a huge advantage now and should win.
Well, next turn he does lose his
Ooh.
grenade launcher there. So
Nice moves from Raccoona,
but
making this quite a bit more complicated.
yeah, but his bottom area is now pretty vulnerable, really. Of
Yeah.
course, since Daimer was pretty defensive here, it's not as risky, I guess. I mean, it probably takes Daimer most of the turn to even get to the bid area right now with this MG.
Yeah.
I guess you...
I'd say, yeah, let's just see what happens, man. Unless you have more
I
to
have
say.
no idea what Daimer was doing with his MG up top there, nor past the window there.
Yeah.
I mean, he
I don't
knew
really
the
know what
shotgunner
to say.
was there, so, and he just ran into it with continuous on sight on.
Oh, weird. Yeah, that's really odd to me. Maybe he, oh my. Maybe he figured... I don't know. Maybe he figured he could sacrifice it or something. I don't know what he does at the bottom. Moving up to the window like that only to get taken out. Like, why don't you just run for the bid area? I mean, he can get in that. There's a little nook there just before the doorway that he can stand in and win the game that way. Now he's pretty much lost now, as the sniper won't be able to hold its position if it does get into the
Yeah, I think
bid
you can
area,
get
so.
in there on time, but it can't really survive in there for long enough. So yeah, let's just see it get killed. Yeah. And
Yeah.
thus that match was lost.
Yeah, so really, I mean, it was a really nice play from Diomir. Just some mistakes at the end that, yeah. See, yeah, that's what I thought too, Diomir. I thought that you assumed that the shotgun would go down, as it didn't make much sense for him to throw it out of position like that just to get the kill. But I still don't really understand why you went for the MG at the window. That seems like a bit of a mistake, which everyone makes. Not a real issue, as you end up winning this match pretty handedly. So
Yeah.
so were we on
The very last match between the two,
Yeah.
the charge. As to the next stream, could we make it at 2000 GMT? As I kind of like sleep.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. Right. Charge. Raccoona has an MG, a grenade launcher, and a sniper. Daimer has a sniper, a rocket launcher, and an MG. This should be a pretty interesting map. Both
Yeah.
teams have explosive units and very limited direct fire, really. I mean, the
Yeah.
snipers are really slow, so...
Right. Yeah, I'd obviously I prefer to have the grenade here, as I just generally prefer more mobile units, but, yeah, we'll see what happens.
Indeed.
Let's play turn one.
Yeah, just give me a moment, the game froze again. Right, well, Daimer gets a nice snipe up top there.
Oh, yeah.
Bit of a bad move, really, by Raccoona there.
Yeah. Yeah, he could have just popped into the, broken line of sight by running into the room and running back out.
Yeah,
And it wouldn't really have...
slowed him down.
Yeah, slowed him down at all. So yeah, pretty big mistake there from Raccoona. Nice placement of the sniper from Diomir, I would say.
Yeah.
as he can fairly reliably predict that Rakuna's sniper will be at the bottom,
Or the top.
and yeah, and so he puts it up top there, anticipating some moves up there from his opponent, and he's completely right. So
Yeah.
nice work there.
Let's see turn 2 then.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Raccoon is barely moving at all.
Yeah.
Still far
Yeah, with
from
the
the
MG
line.
killed, with the MG killed, it's now going to be almost impossible.
Yeah.
For him
So
to do
let's
anything.
watch turn 3 as well then. Yeah, he now moves out a little bit with his grenade launcher, but it gets sniped and he's basically lost the match now.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's just see how it ends now.
And he gets, it looks like
Well, I
he,
think that's the first time I've seen a sniper kill the entire enemy team.
Yeah, that's true. Very nice game from Diomir, that game.
Well,
So let's move on to the finals. Looks like we've got 2 matches there.
Yep. Let's just see if I can search for them without the game freezing. Ah, no, I can't. Well, just give me a little bit of time here.
Okay.
There. Right. What?
So, nothing. So,
Oh, wait.
Diomir says, "Sorry guys, you're about to get disappointed." And have you loaded the game yet?
In a moment.
Okay.
Right,
He-
there. Yeah, we've got the IDs. The real problem is really my game freezing occasionally, which is why I won't be doing any streams until next weekend, as then I'm getting back to my...
How are we going to get disappointed? Didn't you win this DGL?
The
Or did
point was
Propass-
that the match wasn't particularly interesting,
Oh,
I
okay.
think. Right. Dimir here has 3 MGs and a rocket launcher, while Propass has 2 MGs, a shotgunner, and a sniper.
Yeah. Interesting teams here.
Yeah, lots of open space on Dimer's
Yeah, a lot
side.
of open space on
So I'd
Diomir.
say the advantage is somewhat to Dimer's advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
would say so too.
Well. Yeah. Ooh, and a nice sad face here, painted with zones.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out why that was made later on.
Right.
Right, let's see
So,
turn 1 here then.
Okay.
Ah, rocket, pretty nicely placed. Almost took out a unit there, really.
Yeah, really nice choice on his rocket there. And you can see already how Diomir is going to be using his advantage. The squad of 3 MGs there in the center of the map is going to be really pretty powerful. And so long as he can prevent any advances from Propass with his rocket launcher, and with using his MGs together, he has I think now looking at this, he has a really pretty large advantage in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see turn 2 then. Yeah, he spreads his MGs out a bit now to make them a bit less vulnerable to smart tactics.
Yeah, this is really nice play from Diomir, working with those natural advantages. At the same time, I think that just looking at where Propass units are at the end of this turn, not the best play from him. He needs to find a way to be aggressive here, or Demir's just gonna win by position. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, turn 3 then. Some interesting movement with one of his MGs there, acting as sort of a distraction, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the turn, man. Propast has to get aggressive. Diamir is just holding on to this really large advantage here. Yeah. I don't know. Propast just has to get aggressive pretty much now.
Yeah.
Or else he's going to lose the game.
Well, let's see then. He gets his shotgunner taken out, but he does take out one MG there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And the box positioning is not... I mean, obviously it's favorable to Diamir, but it's not as unfavorable as it could have been. And, well, I feel like if Propast plays very energetically, he can generate some chances for himself. Especially with that number 4 MG caught out in the middle right now, so...
Yeah. Well, let's see then.
Mm-hmm.
He grabs one box there, and then another with his rocket launcher, and then this bottom one with his MG. Since he now has all those 3 boxes grabbed, I think he's pretty much won this now. It's just a matter of getting to the edge now.
Yeah. I would have liked to see more outright aggression from Propast. A little bit less of going immediately for the boxes, and a little bit more going for the kills. But I don't really know. It's hard to comment on the position from my seat when I'm not in Propast's seat. So let's see turn 6, see how it goes.
Yep.
Oh.
He does lose one MG, but that MG wasn't carrying any boxes from what I can tell. And he's only half a second or so away from escaping with his last MG, so he has basically won this match now.
Yeah.
Well, very nicely played by Diamir here. He managed to win even though he lost one of his MGs there. And he did, of course, take out that shotgunner, which made a pretty big difference here.
Yeah, and exploited some of the features of the map really well. So, yeah. Grats to Diamir for the nice game. I'm having a hard time loading. Okay, there we go. We've got one more. It looks like the third wasn't played. And this is the charge match.
Yeah, Diamir here has one shotgun, a grenade launcher, and an MG versus an MG, a shotgunner, and a sniper. Yeah, I'd say I prefer Diamir's team here. Really.
Yeah, me too. I'm a little surprised that Propast goes for the bid that he does go for. Though I suppose, I mean, maybe he figured. I'm not exactly sure how.
Oh, hey, Propast is actually watching right now.
Oh, hey, how's it going? He made the. That's not a smiley. That's a frowny. Anyway, yeah, it's a bit of an aggressive bid from Propast. I'm assuming he was trying to beat a bid.
Yeah.
And it probably is the one that Diamir actually made. Because there's no, his actual bid corresponds to no, like, map features. So, like I said, I would assume that he's trying to beat a bid. There is this bottom portion of the map, like this thing at the very bottom, that will be quite interesting, because it's hard for Diamir to cover it without essentially taking a unit out of play. The sniper rifle can be quite good in covering that area, so the MG and the sniper might be able to work together to secure a win by penetrating that area at the very bottom.
Yeah. Right.
Well, we'll see.
Let's see how it goes then. Propas actually plays pretty defensive in this first turn, especially with his shotgunner there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would have done though. There's so much open space. Diamir plays very well, moving his units forward into very aggressive positions, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's play turn 3.
Yeah. Propas is still camping with his shotgunner there and loses his MG to the grenade launcher. I think it will be pretty hard for him to win right now. I mean, he can get to the line if he rushes it with the shotgunner, but
I played a match with Propas once, and this type of play is really quite surprising. I don't know. I assume this was probably just not the best played series from him. When I played him, I was really quite impressed, and this kind of passivity just, I don't know. It doesn't seem like characteristic of him as a player, so.
Yeah, I think I played him in one DGL. I can't quite remember the outcome, but I think I lost. But I remember he played really well.
Yeah.
So yeah, seems a bit strange this match here.
Yeah. Although here he goes for it. Are you playing turn 4?
Yeah. So
yeah, here he goes for it with the shotgun at the bottom.
Yeah, and he can make it to the line in time, but it's pretty predictable, really, that move. So I mean,
yeah, it's predictable, but how does he deal with it?
Diamir can just move down with his MG and just cover both the bottom there and the top there, I think. I'm not entirely sure though.
Yeah, it definitely makes it quite a bit complicated. Propas said last few weekends I was drinking too much.
Well, let's see turn 5 then. Yeah, Diamir moves down with his MGs there, but Propas does take it out with a sniper, but also loses his shotgunner.
He loses the shotgun.
Yeah, had he timed it slightly differently, he would have killed the MG without losing the shotgunner. So, I mean, it was a really nice move, but not executed quite well enough. Or it might have been the grenade, actually, that took him out.
Yeah, I have no idea. I think it was the...
Actually, no, let me just look at that.
It was definitely the MG.
Yeah, it died before the MG. Yeah, before the grenade exploded, I mean.
Yeah, timed just a little bit poorly. If it was a little bit late, if he moved down a little bit later, I don't know. He could have won.
Well, Diamir apparently tested that a lot down there, Russ. It seems from Diamir's comment that there was actually no way for Propas to win that firefight in a favorable way.
Well, you can see though that the timing between the essential timing is between the MG getting killed and the grenade going off, because as soon as the MG is killed, the shotgun is safe to go into the bottom area where it's also safe from the grenade exploding. And there's, I think there's enough of a gap there where it could have been done successfully. I don't know obviously it's impossible.
I'm not actually sure. Looking at the times in the console, there was a whole 352 millisecond difference between when the MG died and the shotgunner died. Other way around, sorry. So that big of a difference, I think, probably means that he would have died to the grenade either way.
Well, I mean the difference that you're looking at is the difference between the grenade going off and the MG dying. Because the shotgun just needs to stay to the right side of the wall until the very last second before or after the MG dies, and then runs. But whatever. In any case, it's difficult to figure all that stuff out, as the precise pathing of the grenade and timing and all that needs to be accounted for.
Yeah. But yeah, very nicely played here by Dimer.
Yeah, it's very, very close, very close.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, that was the last match actually, so that's pretty much it for today. As said earlier, the next stream will be next Sunday at 2000 GMT. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you again then. Yeah, me too. And I'll be playing quite a bit this week as ELO's up, and I'm just excited to play a little bit more. So if you catch me online, challenge me to a game. I prefer, obviously, to be playing good people as opposed to the noobs that I normally get paired up with. So I'll see everyone later this week. Yeah. And next week, of course.